So with the nut now finished, next thing I'm planning to do here on the moving, well actually on the vise, is I got the jaws back from Heat Treat. Those were some 4140 and I asked them to get them up to, I don't know, I think 52 I was looking for. I wasn't quite sure how hard I wanted them, but I thought that was a good starting point. So they fit pretty good the way they are, but I'm going to take them off and grind them parallel, and then we'll start fitting those. I think I'm probably going to grind the tops. Well, I guess I shouldn't say that because you never know how they're going to locate on the vise if you were to remove them. I'm going to think about that one a bit, but for now I'm going to get the two surfaces parallel on each of the jaws and start working from there and see what we need to do. Starting to look like a vise for sure. So I think what I'm going to do for grinding, this is the side with the counter bore, so this is the side I want to take the most material off. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stone this side, flip it, grind this side just to get a flat started, flip it back over, take only as much as I need to get that surface cleaned up. That way that leaves me the most amount of material for the screw, and then I can grind this parallel that way there. I'm just gonna So I'm in a little bit of a holding pattern on the Bridgeport, so what I thought I'd do is I'd get back on this vise. Got a little bit more work to do on the jaws to get them finished before I start working on the screw, get the lathe set up to run that. So at this point the two faces are parallel. on both the moving and the fixed jaw, and I'm going to clamp them together in the grinder, and I'm going to just barely dust the bottom because I don't want to change the center height or the center distance from the center of the screw hole down to the bottom, well, as little as possible anyways, for alignment purposes. And then I'll make the tops parallel. If I sit the jaws down on the ways, they should end up parallel, and even if they're not, I'll put the vise back together, put it on the grinder, and then make those parallel. So that's what we're going to do now. So that's the bottom side and the top side now, both of them ground parallel. So the next thing I'm going to do is, I've already checked them, I've mounted the one, so that's working out good. And the next thing I'm going to do is set them up in the grinder and grind these two ends perpendicular to this top side here. So now that I've got the top and bottom of the jaws parallel, ground, I've got them in the machinist vise here, and I'm going to put the vise on the surface grinder in this orientation. I'm just taking enough just to get these sides clean, both sides, and then we're pretty much done these jaws and ready to go on the vise. One of the things that I have learned through bad experiences to always check this, make sure it doesn't want to move even with the magnet in place. So I got a backer in here. It was not quite holding as good as I wanted it to. I mean, I'm not taking a lot off of there, but having something in there to put a little bit of backup pressure against the motion of the wheel is good. So at this point we've got the two ends are now done. So I'm just going to stone these all up, and then we'll install them. I just want to hit the edges. The edges on the ends that I just ground. All the other edges I've already stoned as I ground those surfaces, so I just wanted to get those. And then give it a quick on the flat surfaces. coming out pretty nice. So that's the fixed side. This one's the moving. Trying to ring to the stone. That's the moving side. Kind of poke-yoked actually. This hole is offset to the bottom side, so it'll only go on one way. Well, like that. That shouldn't be tight. Just going to leave them finger tight at this point. I want to be able to align them end for end. Be a lot easier if the moving jaw wasn't on there. Ooh, I'm really happy with that. That feels really good. So now we'll tighten up the moving jaw side. Starting to look like a vise. So next step now is going to be working on the lead screw and the bushing and stuff that goes up at this end here, or thrust is, I guess it's more like a thrust washer than anything up here.